My 32M wife, 33F, cheated 3 years ago when we were engaged. I just found it out last night that my wife of 1.5 years cheated on me 3 years ago while on a work trip with a colleague. His wife informed me and I asked my wife and she broke down but didn't deny it. It was during a work trip. She was drinking with her colleagues and woke up in a colleague's bed. She said it was one of the worst moments of her life, but she didn't tell me out of fear that it would lead to the end of our relationship. Instead, she decided to stop drinking and have better boundaries. Now I knew she stopped drinking around 3 years ago but didn't know the exact reason. Later she started therapy and apparently her therapist also told her that since it was a one-time thing and she was also making changes to make sure it never happens again, then it wouldn't serve any purpose to tell me. On the contrary, it would just cause trauma to me. So she never told me. Now I am 90% sure she hasn't cheated in the past 3 years as she mostly works from home and there have been no red flags in her behavior which I can recall. But of course I can't be sure of it. Hell, it feels like I can't be sure of anything now. I have shifted in the guest room for now, but I am really confused about what steps I should take. My marriage has been a very happy one till yesterday, so it's even more confusing. Is divorce the only way? Edits. I got some more answers from the wife of the guy she cheated with. Apparently this is not the first time he has cheated and his wife asked him to confess everything, or she would divorce him. That's why he told her. And they work in the same company, but he doesn't live in my city. But yes, he is still in the same company. Since you just found out, it's like it's just happened. Everything you feel right now is totally normal. What communication was there with the affair partner before and after? Can the other betrayed spouse give you any further information like phone logs or texts? Did your wife confide in anyone at the time? Will she show you those messages? First, how did her affair partner's wife find out? If she found out from checking his phone, there's likely to be current communication between the two of them. Maybe the wife checked back 3 years in his messages, but that would be a stretch. If there is recent communication, ask the wife to send you screenshots of it. Second, is your wife still working at the same job? The fact that she's still working with the man she cheated with is a bad sign. She should have cut all contact with him, up to and including switching jobs. And the fact that she didn't is yet another bad sign. Finally, there's the lying to you and hiding things from you. It's a huge problem even outside the cheating. It's also very likely that she's minimizing what happened and not telling the whole truth. Until she comes fully clean and stops lying, there is zero chance of working through this. Good luck. She didn't just cheat on you. She lied to you for a few years as well, cause she thought you'd leave her. So you know she will cheat and she will lie about it. Therapy and surviving infidelity are better places to go, my guy. Everyone around here just yells divorce, which might be the right answer, but not one a bunch of strangers can make for you. Take some time. Seek out your own therapist. Ask in that other subreddit. Then when you're ready, start talking to your wife about it. Never make a decision under emotional duress. If you do, it's a decision that you will always be second guessing was the right one. Divorce is the easy way. And the normal way. Sticking together is extremely hard. You will find that for a long time. You will question your memories. Did she really mean it when she told me she loved me when I got home from that trip? Quote, were there other times that she is still lying to hide? Quote, can I really trust someone who hid something so massive from me? Quote, do not forget that not only did she cheat on you, but she lied. She lied and she hid it. I am sure you asked her how the week was while you are gone. And she just smiled and said it was boring. She probably said she went out to drinks, but lied by omission about the cheating. She had over 3 years. Or over 1,000 days to tell you. That is over 1,000 chances to come forward. And she did not. Your trust is eroded. Your life was built on a lie. And you now have to decide whether it is worth it to stay with her or move on. There is no correct answer. For me and many others, the correct answer is divorce. I would certainly leave if I found this out. Trust is easy to build the first time, but nearly impossible to rebuild when lost. You are about to find that out the hard way if you stay. I would never be able to trust her again personally. It'd be different if she had told you when it happened and then committed to stopping drinking. By hiding it, you know you can't trust her. What else is she hiding? Sorry, op. You are now faced with the very real problem of, what else is she hiding from me to spare my feelings? How can I trust her again? Quote, the answer is you can't. I cannot believe a certified therapist would flat out tell her to keep it a secret. The fact is that if it wasn't for her coworker's wife, she would have never come clean. How can you trust someone who lies to you that easily for years? She didn't protect you from anything. She robbed you of the choice to see if you wanted to work through her infidelity and repair your relationship. How do you know it was the only time? You'll never be sure. She seems to be great at lying. As most cheaters, she most likely do it again. And as your experience tells you, you probably won't be aware of it until years later. You'll never trust her again. And if she ever starts drinking again, what will it happen then? The lying and deceiving is just as, if not worse than the cheating. Also, she was the one who cheated, not you. So she is the one who needs to sleep in the guest room. 1. She cheated on you and hid it for 3 years, and she would probably never have told you if she didn't get caught. So where do you got the trust in her that she has to 90% for sure in this time? Never cheated again? You didn't even know till now about the first cheating. Your subjective view is clearly blind in this regard. I would suggest to get your head straight and don't see her as the person you thought she was. She ain't that. Her lies and betray are evidence for that. 2. Rethink your relationship. Everything she did for the relationship or you was because of guilty. Beside that, her therapist told her not to tell you, so why you need to have a talk with her therapist? I would say get away from her for a few days and see if you want to stay or leave. I myself would immediately divorce cause she betrayed you, then process to not give you a chance to choices for yourself, and she even married you without come clean before. Divorce is not the only way, but only time can tell. She didn't have the right to keep that from you. As admirable as it is that she made lifestyle changes and worked on it in therapy, take time and talk it out. Don't feel rushed to commit to anything one way or the other. Betrayal hurts. The fact that her therapist told her to keep this from you is why I have zero trust in therapists and marriage counseling. She would have never told you if she didn't get caught. Do yourself a favor and ask yourself how you'll feel next time she has a company trip, or if she goes out for a girls' night and doesn't answer her phone. Trust me, it doesn't go away. The cheating may have been one time years ago, but she has been lying to you every minute of every day since then. And she's so good at lying that you had no idea. She also knowingly, deliberately took away your right to make an informed choice about marrying a cheater by not telling you prior to the wedding. What else has she lied about? If you ask and she says nothing, will you believe her? What will she lie about in the future? Will you trust a word out of her mouth after this? At minimum, you should take as much time and space as you need while you work through your feelings and decide if you can ever trust her again. I wouldn't be able to and would divorce her. If you want to try, then tell her what you need in order to stay together. Marriage counseling is an absolute necessity. FYI. And see if she's willing to put in the work. If she isn't, leave for sure. Would you have married her if she told you then, and the steps she took to make sure it never happened again? She took away your ability to make that choice before legally binding the two of you together. So that's just another on the list of sins here. If you would have forgiven her provided she continue with her changes, then you might be able to work through this, but I'd say you absolutely need couples therapy, and you need to be able to make this choice for yourself. Not be pressured into choosing because you're married now, and divorcing is harder than breaking up. For me, it would be the lying in this case. You had the right to know before you got married, before you continued the relationship. And you sure AF had the right to know to get tested. You need to think this through. She cheated on you 3 years ago. Being drunk is not an excuse. She kept this from you before you got married. Would you have married her if you had known about her cheating? She then maintained this lie throughout your marriage, which shows that she can lie to your face without regret or remorse. Gives you to question what other things she had lied to you about. Can you really trust her again if you decide to stay? Will the mental movies of her being pleasured by another man stop? Did she do things with him that she didn't do with you? Will the questions of why you weren't good enough for her stop? How do you really know it was the only time? She is a really good liar. And to go back to the trust issue, if you don't have trust in a marriage, then you have no marriage. You deserve better, but only you can decide what you want to do. Good luck. The bigger issue beyond your wife's cheating is her continued and habitual lying. That's going to be the toughest part to move through. She had 3 years to tell the truth and failed 1,000 times. Ouch. So basically, she is sorry that she got caught. And she used an excuse? That is what she tells herself. It is self-justification. Almost impossible for you to look at her the same way now. Best of luck. To begin with, it's time for you to put yourself first. The most important question that you need to ask yourself is, if she would have confessed the cheating 3 years earlier, then would you have still gone ahead with the wedding? If your answer is no, then you need to understand that you weren't given a chance to make an informed decision about your future. That's good that she has taken steps to work on herself. However, what about you? In this entire post, it's all about her. She cheated. She lied. She unilaterally decided that you shouldn't be made aware about this cheating as she didn't want it to lose the relationship. What makes me curious is how the wife of AP found out about this after 3 years. Is there more to the story? Divorce. She cheated. End of story. Details are irrelevant. If you got drunk, would you just happen to cheat on your wife and wake up next to a random chick the next day? Lol. People in this sub are delusional and like to abide by a fairy tale storyline. No thanks.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.